Hello, James Bond fans. So today we're going to take a look at this Kyosho model. It's from the movie The World Is Not Enough, which was from 1999, and this is when Pierce Brosnan was playing 007. I don't actually have a regular Kyosho model of this Z8, but this came up at a decent price, so I figured I'd try it out because I like James Bond. I'm really more of a Sean Connery and Roger Moore fan, but this is alright, I guess. Anyways, interesting info there. I don't remember that poster myself. Okay, well anyways. Typical Kyosho, we're going to probably have a screwed base here. And let me get it off here. So just talking about the normal Z8. The normal BMW Z8 came out in the year 2000 and ran up until 2003. It was originally styled by Henrik Fisker, who later on made his own cars. And it was a styling exercise to celebrate the famous BMW 507, so kind of like a retro styling exercise. And they ended up making it, of course. It sold for like $130,000 when new, and it got you a lot of technical features. It was an all-aluminum body and chassis, and it had a 4.9 liter V8 making around 400 horsepower. And that V8 engine was located behind the front axle, so it was like a mid-engine placement. And then Motor Trend clocked it from 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. And then Car and Driver magazine found that it outperformed the Ferrari 360 Modena in acceleration, handling, and braking. So it's actually quite a sports car, although it looks more like a gentleman's GT car. But it could actually move around pretty quick. So another technical feature of this car is it had neon tubes for all the lighting. Like think about barbershop signs, neon lights. And the advantage of that is they activate quicker, so I guess and also they last forever, so it's expected to last the entire life of a vehicle. This car was shipped with a matching hardtop, but I think it's an ugly looking hardtop, so it obviously looks much nicer with the top down. So you'll notice here this Kyosho model. Well, let's get into the review here. There's missiles on the side of it. So James Bond, he has to have missiles because he's James Bond. And Kyosho went ahead and added those. These little pop-out missiles from the side vent. So pretty funny, actually. I am noticing like a scratch or a stain there. That's too bad. Okay, so yeah, the wheels were hanging, but when it rests, the wheels look pretty good. I do like that the curvature of the tire is nice, and these wheels look pretty much accurate to photographs of the real car, at least to me, so looks pretty good. Look how tight these panel gaps are. They're pretty nice. Really, those are really tight. Even for a Kyosho, that's a pretty good job. Okay, going to the front. This license plate is on the movie car, so that's accurate. And we got this chromed plastic here for the vents. It looks pretty nice. Little chromed lights there, some ribbing here in this vent, so pretty nice. Painted on turn signals, and then we got the lenses, and there's a molded in detail of the lights there, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that bothers me. I think I can't feel it with the pick, so maybe it's just a stain. Maybe I could polish that out. I'm guessing these bumps are for like wiper fluid, and then we do have some three-dimensional wipers painted black. Alright. This side, oh, that's too bad. Look at that. So a casting imperfection. I don't actually see that too often on Kyoshos, but this is a first. Okay, well, going to the back here, same license plate, good. And some exhaust tips sticking out of the bodywork. So, are they painted though? I don't know if they're painted a separate color because the car is silver and they're chrome tips on the real car. A little indication of some sort of styling. It's not a vent on the real car though. And then we got the red reflectors, more red reflectors, and then the lights themselves, and then we have the BMW logo. It looks like there's text underneath that logo, but yeah, alright, and certain lights, I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to see it, but I think that says Z8 right there. I almost think there's text there, but it's hard to tell because it's a silver car. Or maybe that's the casting gouge again. I think it's printed Z8, and then I think this line is a casting gouge, so that's too bad. Okay, no, there you go. That's as good as I'm gonna focus it, I guess. And then you got a little red here for the third brake light, so that's nice. Fuel fill cap there. It's a pretty nice silver. Under magnification, it looks like there might be some bubbling there. Looking at the interior, a lot of molded details usual, just no additional paint or deco. And then the silver mirrors, no additional paint or mirror inserts, but that's pretty typical for Kyoshos, as well as the lack of a brake system. But what is nice is there's air passing between the spokes, so that's a good thing about most Kyoshos. And so when it rests, it actually looks okay. Alright, so yeah, all in all, it's an interesting model. I mean, I like James Bond movies, and I searched for the Kyosho James Bond, and it seems like there is a bunch of different movie cars that they made in 164 and 172 scale. So I don't know if I'm going to proactively look for them, but if I see some at some you know, used toy shops or a flea market, and if the price is decent, I think I'll try to get some more of them, because I like James Bond movies. It's pretty cool. Anyways, if you want to compare it to the photos here, this is obviously the real movie car with the missiles sticking out, and there's that license plate, so it looks pretty accurate. And this is just a random photo of a regular stock vehicle, if you want to pause the video and compare. I also want to just bring out a couple other James Bond cars. They're not the same colorways as the real movie cars, but these are all Kyoshos, I think. This is a DB5, the most infamous James Bond car, and that was from the movie Goldfinger 1964, but also a bunch of other James Bond movies, because that's the most iconic James Bond car. And then 1967, there was a Toyota 2000 GT in the movie the movie You Only Live Twice. So that's that car there. And then in 1981, there's a movie called For Your Eyes Only. I think now we're talking Roger Moore, and he drove a Lotus Esprit Turbo. He also drove a Lotus Esprit in an earlier movie, The Spy Who Loved Me, and that turned into a submarine, but I don't have that model, so it's too bad, but that's my favorite James Bond car. Okay, so then the next car I have is a Aston Martin V12 Vanquish from Die Another Day, which is a movie from 2002. Well, this is quite interesting. I have a feeling this is not the 164 scale car. I didn't even realize this. This has got to be the 172 scale car. There's just no way a Z8's going to be that small. So that's a darn shame. Another failure in checking dimensions. Ah, boy. So this is 172. Well, I gotta say, for 172 scale, this is actually pretty nice. It's just that I don't collect 172, so darn, that's too bad. Okay, alright, well, we'll continue on, I guess. I feel like I'm a complete moron. Alright, the last car I have is Aston Martin DBS V12, and this was in Casino Royale from 2008. So, wow. Seems as though that scale thing gets me. Anyways, well, I guess we could go on. So, I guess that's the end of the video. I'm going to leave you with the line from the movie, The World Is Not Enough. Pierce Brosnan says, "If you can't trust a Swiss banker, what's the world come to?"